So something that I brought up before Gears 5 came out was I brought out a video, guys, talking about Kait Diaz and her role in Gears 5. And I had a prediction that there was a significant possibility that Kait Diaz would be the next Swarm Queen, of course, of the Locust Horde in Gears of War. I also said, though, that there's a good chance that the Coalition has tried to trick us and try to make us think that she's going to go down that route of being the next Swarm Queen, which, of course, they basically did exactly that. They were trying to trick everyone into believing that the Swarm Queen was going to be Kait Diaz, and it ultimately, obviously, was not the case. But the question I want to propose here today is in Gears 6. In Gears 6, when that of course has been confirmed, as well as Gears 7 by Rod Ferguson, the studio head over at the Coalition, Gears 6, even though it's still a ways off, will Kait Diaz become the next Swarm Queen? Would this be the game, instead of it being Gears 5? Now that we know, right, that obviously in Gears 5 she did not become the Swarm Queen, it seems like, okay, they're just going to go after the Locust Horde for all they're got, for all that they have, and end it once and for all. Now the script is flipped almost. The Coalition is trying to give you the impression, yeah, Kait Diaz is not the Swarm Queen. But what if in Gears 6 that ends up changing and she actually is the Swarm Queen? Like, all along she's been basically, or is going to become the Swarm Queen. She just hasn't as of yet. It's a very interesting thing and a very interesting topic that I wanted to talk to all of you about, because in my opinion, I've felt like Kait Diaz, and maybe it was just because I kind of wanted it this way, I kind of wanted Kait to be the Swarm Queen because I wanted to get back to playing as JD. I wanted to get back to playing as Marcus Phoenix. And there's nothing wrong with Kait Diaz. I think she's an absolute badass as a character. I think she is a great character in Gears of War. But there was something about playing as JD and as well as Marcus. All those games, playing as Marcus was the best part to me about those Gears of War campaigns. Then when we got to Gears of War 4, playing as JD, I thought I wouldn't like it at all, but he kind of grew on me. Kait Diaz is taking a lot longer for her to grow on me, for some reason or another. I'm not sure why, but even though she's a really great character, I feel like I would have liked in Gears 5 to play her, but also play as JD a little bit, as well as a little bit of Marcus. I just think that instead of showing, us in Gears of War 4, they kind of passed the torch from Marcus to JD. And in Gears 5, it was almost like there was no torch passed. It was just pretty much she took the torch, and she's had the torch now, throughout the entirety of Gears 5. And they made JD seem like a complete douchebag in Gears 5 as well. But that's neither here nor there. Part of me wants to believe that Kait Diaz will become the next Swarm Queen, because not only because of the narrative around it, but also because I think that it would be cool to get back to playing as JD, getting back to playing as Marcus, going after the Locust Horde. Like, there's ties all around. I feel like now that we've had a full game to play as Kait Diaz, it's like, yo, she is actually the Swarm Queen, and we've been playing as her, and then we're going to start playing as her in Gear 6. She turns, or whatever the case might be, and then in Gear 7, we become JD or Marcus, and we halfway through Gear 6 or something, and then we got to go after her, because she's the true threat to Sarah. That's just my opinion, and that's kind of what I would like to see out of Gear 6. I'd like to see her turn to the Locust Horde, because I think it would make a better story than maybe where they're going right now. Now, it's hard to say. It could go many different ways. I think there's still so much that they can explore within the Gears of War franchise. But me personally, if they continue with this narrative and with, this storyline, I would like to see Kait Diaz turn and become the next queen of the Locust Horde. And then we get back to playing as JD and Marcus or just JD. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter to me. I don't think they're going in that direction. Overall, they may not be going in that direction whatsoever as far as making Kait Diaz actually the Locust Queen. But I think it would make for one hell of a story, personally. And I think I would really like that a lot. But I would like to kind of pass the question on to you guys. In Gears 6, would you rather see Kait Diaz as just the main character and we play as her and she's the true hero almost to bring down Sarah? Or not bring down Sarah, but bring down the Locust Horde? Or do you want to see her turn into the Locust Queen and then we get the reins back playing as JD or Marcus or both and going after the Locust Horde and Kait Diaz for all that they're worth to end it once and for all? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What would you guys like to see? I kind of give you guys my opinion. I'd love to hear yours.